Hey, welcome back everyone. How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So in this video, we're gonna do a review of EPSON Home Cinema 2150. First off, let me tell you what this projector from EPSON features. One of the unique features about home cinema from EPSON is this new technology they're using called 3LCD technology. What this technology does, it gives you three important components. Number one, it gives you a contrast ratio of 60:1, which is pretty darn good for a projector, meaning the deep dark levels will be much better and the contrast will be more visible. Also meaning when you have that contrast more brighter and visible, it'll make dynamic of the picture much better. Second thing that it has is a color. This 3LCD technology reproduces the color RGB really nicely. Colors truly pop on this 3LCD technology projector. Now, I just mentioned that it has a contrast ratio 60:1. When you add a contrast ratio 60:1, and on top of that you have this nice representation of RGB colors, then you're going to have a really nice, good looking color representation with a contrast. Now, the third thing that this 3LCD produces is luminous light. Luminous light on this one, it's 2500 luminous. And that's pretty good peak brightness of luminous light that's emitting from 3LCD technology. Meaning, on top of the contrast ratio and the color that you get represent on this RGB 3LCD technology, you will also have that nice 2500 bright luminous light, which will only enhance much better picture quality. So that's 3LCD technology in a nutshell. Here on the left, you have your heat blower exhaust that blows all that hot air to keep the projector cool. Here on this side, you have your filters socket. You simply just open this filter socket and you change your filters. You clean them. Once the filters are clean, you put them back on and you're good to go. Make sure you do this while your projector is totally turned off. Unplug it from the AC cord and then do this process. Here on the top, you have your lens shifter. Here you can adjust your zoom in. You can zoom in all the way to the front or from the ceiling, depending on how you have your projector position. You can zoom in and have a much bigger ratio screen. Now, the zoom in will only allow you to go a certain diagonal ratio depending on how far your projector is. Of course, if your projector it's about 8 to 9 or maybe 12 feet away, you might be able to extend the ratio to 100 to 200 inches, in some cases 300 inches, depending how far away your projector is, okay? The further your projector is, the more ratio you will be able to project, meaning you can go up to 300 inches on this one. But honestly, I would say 185 inches to 200 inches, it's more than enough for a home use. Seriously, I think that's more than enough. And here on the other button here, you can adjust the angle of your lenses. You want it to be left, a little bit to the right. So you have that adjustment here. And here on the top, you have your buttons here, layout. You can use this if you lose a remote control. So this is kind of a cool thing. If you lose a remote control or your batteries ran out, you can also come here and do it from here. You can do all your controls, navigations from this built-in controls on top of the projector right here. So you do have that as well. And this is the remote right here. It's nothing special. It has all of the features you need. to get you started from all of the options that are available, from 2D, 30 conversion, color mode, memory, 3D format, image enhancement, frame. I forgot what's that called. Frame. It's what it basically does. You adjust your frame, so that way, if you want to paint your wall, you can use this frame adjustment here to adjust your frame to see how many inches diagonal you want to have. Before you start painting your wall, or before you put your image screen, you have to do this image, this frame thing right here. You have to press on that button. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but what it does, it measures the frame. So that way your frame can be taped, can be measured, and then you can paint the wall. So that way you know exactly how many inches diagonally do you want to have projected onto your wall. So that's what this does. It has all of the features, all of the buttons. You can switch between HDMI, HDMI 2, USB, PC. So it has everything you need to control your EPSON projector. And here, when you turn on your projector, this is what you're going to be presented with. Right now, I'm running 185 inches right here. I do have it a little bit lower down. I need to move it up a little bit. But I'm not using any wall, and I know there's some holes here. I need to actually paint the wall. I need to do that. I'm planning on doing it. I'm planning on painting the wall. Here, this is the menu. This is where all your features are. Color mode, 3D setup, power consumption. By the way, the 3D glasses are not included here on this projector, and you have to use active shutter glasses. They're not using passive. They're using active shutter glass 3D glasses. So you got to make sure you have do your research before you buy 3D glasses. You need to find the model number. This is a 2150 model number, and you need to go ahead and find out which 3D shutter, active shutter glasses are supported with this projector. Okay. This is very important stuff, so I highly recommend that you do that, okay? Now, this is what I was talking about, the image pattern. Remember earlier I couldn't pronounce what that feature was. It's called a pattern, image pattern. So this is basically frame pattern. What this is, it's a frame pattern or image pattern, whatever you want to call it. So with this image pattern, what you basically are doing is you're measuring your diagonal size that you're going to be using, that's going to be projecting onto the wall or onto the sheet of projector screen. So you want to make sure that you use the pattern, that you mark it down, and then if you decide to paint the wall, that's how you do it. You tape it, you measure it, and then you paint the wall and you do it correctly. So this is a very useful tool that you want to use, okay? And here's the one example right here. I'm playing a Dracula, Bram Stoker Dracula, that's directed by Francis Ford Coppola back in 1990, I believe. It was 1989 or 1990. It could have been 1993, I'm not sure, maybe 1993. Anyway, and here it is on a 4K UHD Blu-ray disc. I'm playing it via my Oppo UDP-203. Now keep in mind, you're not getting HDR here, you're not getting 4K. What you are getting is that same 4K bitrate being down sampled to a 1080p. But it looks great, and the point I'm trying to make here is that even in a very lit up room right here, I'm still getting a good vivid screen projected onto my wall. I have my shades open. It's very bright. I live in South Florida, so it's very sunny here. It's a sunshine state. It's always bright. And here's an old movie like this, and it looks excellent on this 3 LCD technology. That's due to three factors that I just mentioned. Contrast ratio 60:1, great reproduction of the color, RGB, and of course 2500, that's 2500 luminous emitting brightness that's being emitted from this projector. So this projector is very bright, okay? And for $900, I think this is the excellent deal for a projector. I know $900, it's still expensive. It's close to $1,000. But projectors, for the projector price, I think this is a good price. And here, just to show you that I have my shades open and everything on my balcony out in the back, and the light it's emitting here, so there's constant light coming into my room. And it's still bright. It still looks great. You know, obviously it's recommended that you watch your projector in a very dark, dimmed room. Anybody will tell you that if you are thinking about buying a projector, you really got to think about, hey, I want to make sure that this thing will be put somewhere where it's very dimmed and dark, okay? That's the idea of the projector, all right? But this projector will give you that ability to do both. Watch it in a very bright room and also watch it, obviously, in a very dimmed, dark room. So I don't know if there's anything else I can say about this projector that I haven't already mentioned. I have connected my video games on it. You have seen me play video games. You have seen me play PlayStation, Xbox. You have seen me do calibrations on the movies. And you have seen me use my Nintendo Switch with it. For the gaming, for all your other devices, this projector truly is going to give you that great reproduction of color. And the only reason I recommend EPSON brand, it's because these guys, EPSONs, they've been doing this for a long time. All right, they've been utilizing the projector technology for a long time, and they're very flexible. EPSON will give you a flexible pricing on their projectors. Sony is not going to do that. Sony is going to charge you arm and leg for their state-of-the-art laser 4K DLP home cinema projector. Now, that's really for those of you who are going to spend $60,000, $80,000 onto a home theater, your own. Like you have to be a high roller. Meaning you got to have money. You have to build a garage specifically for the home theater or whatever, or a specific room you have that you're using to decorate for a home theater, cinema. Then of course you're going to be using the best of the best. You're going to have the best of the best. But for everyday Joe, everyday Mary out there who want to experience that same feeling walking into a movie theater, I think EPSON will definitely give you that ability. And they're very flexible. They have projectors that go up to 600, 500, 700, 800, 900. Okay, they're very flexible. And then, of course, they got projectors that go up to $2,000. There's another model that's called 3700. I look into it. The only difference between 2150 and 3700 is the fact that it has an extra 500 luminous brightness light, which is not that big of a deal. You're really not going to notice that. And it also has a contrast ratio 70:1. So these are small nuances that I don't think it's worth you spending another $400 or $500 just to get that. Okay, I think 2150, it's a reasonably great price for the technology you're getting built into it. And of course it comes with 3D, so you can use a 3D technology. You can watch your 3D movies and your regular Blu-rays and 4K and gaming and your cable movies, cable networks, so sports, and it goes up to 300 inches. The only reason you see 185 here, it's because that's as much as I can focus and extend on the lens on this wall, because my projector, it's only 5 feet away. If my projector was 10 feet away, I would easily be able to project 300 inches. But for me, 185 inches, it's more than enough. That's near 200 inches, and that's more than enough for me, honestly, for home use. So, like I said, Apple works great. Apple 4K TV, I have it connected here. It works great. I have played some movies. Maybe I can show you one movie that I played earlier today. Let me show you. These are the movies that I have. I'll show you in a minute. Really quick. I have the not the Blade Runner, but I'll show you in a minute. I'm gonna play you a little clip from GoldenEye. So this is GoldenEye. I'm gonna show it to you just a really quick right here, so you can see it. It looks great on this 185 inch here, and here I am with the light being emitted from the balcony, and still this brightness here works excellent. Obviously, you want to watch this movie in a very dark room, okay? But even in a very lit up room, you'll be able to watch this. Or here's the trailer for Saving Private Ryan. It's a very lit up room right now. There's a bunch of light being emitted, and this looks fantastic. This movie, it's definitely the best way to experience Saving Private Ryan. It's on a big projector and a great surround sound system. So if you have a great, good projector and a really great surround sound system, I highly recommend that you go ahead and purchase a really good surround sound system. That's the best way to experience this. This projector is compatible with majority of home theater systems, Onkyo 577, 676, 777, or Pioneer, Yamaha, whatever receiver you have, this thing will work great with that receiver. So rest assured, you'll be getting a good deal right here. Or you can buy a very cheap receiver, something 150 watts. Look, for a home use, 150 watts, it's more than enough. You don't need any more than 150 watts, okay, for a home use. Trust me. And I would definitely recommend that you get something used, like $250. Get it off the floor, open box, $250. Get a 575 Onkyo. I had 575 Onkyo. It was a great fucking receiver. I'm sorry for the language. I'm just letting you know it was a great receiver, okay? And I sold it, but it was a great receiver, and I highly recommend you buy it for $250. I'm sorry. I don't know why I used the F word, because I just wanted to come across the point that if you buy a receiver like Onkyo 575, I guarantee you, man, you'll be more than good. So yeah, I apologize about the F word. I don't know why the F word came out. I didn't want to use the word F, but it came out of nowhere, and I do apologize. I dropped one F bomb, and my apologies. Hopefully, you guys will accept my apologies. The only reason I use that F word, I just want to tell you that go with it, man. If you can't find Onkyo 575 for $250 or for $200, buy it. Buy Onkyo 575. That 150 watts, it's more than enough, man. Okay, you're gonna get a nice surround sound. I mean, you're not living in an arena. You're living in a whatever 600 square feet room. That 150 watts will get the job done. And especially if you have this projector and you have an Onkyo receiver with a good Polk speakers, and then you have 185 inches to 200 inches, watching Saving Private Ryan, that's the best way you want to experience this movie. This movie was meant for a big screen. Okay? Again, I apologize about the F-bomb. I don't know why it came out of nowhere, so my apologies. Hopefully you guys can accept this apology. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. If I have missed something, let me know. I think I covered all the basics that you need. I didn't cover the speakers because majority of you will not be using the speaker that's built into this EPSON. You're going to be using your receiver, surround sound, your sound bar. So you're going to be using your own home theater receiver, okay? So that's why I didn't cover the speakers. They're built into it. The only reason I didn't cover 3D is because I don't have the active 3D shutter EPSON glasses, okay? That's the one thing that you will have to do your research on. You have to make sure that the active 3D shutter glasses are matching with the model number, okay? It has to be exact same model number. Other than that, thank you for watching this video. I highly recommend for you to buy the EPSON 2150. I will do some more videos on gaming and the Xbox One X. Okay, there will be more videos on it, but I think that this is definitely a great value for $900. By the way, this is the best movie ever created in cinematic history, period. I don't think Steven Spielberg will ever be able to top this, and good luck anybody out there trying to top what this movie has achieved. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye. Have a good one, though. Take care.